We've all seen that one video or that one streamer where the stream or the video looks like this, or it looks like this right here. We all know who they are. Good lighting can make all of the difference in the world. And we're gonna go through this video today and show you that good lighting doesn't have to break the bank when it comes to your YouTube content, streaming, whatever platform you're on. Let's jump in this video and let's check out lighting and why it matters to your stream and YouTube videos. So some of my earliest videos look like this whenever I was doing YouTube, whenever I was doing in the early days of Twitch. And this is how my lighting looked. This is how I looked on stream. And as you can see, it was progression over time. I'll show you some other videos as well where I progress a little bit farther as I learn more about lighting. But lighting does not have to be expensive when it comes to doing proper lighting for your streams and YouTube videos. I'll show you some products over time that I've used along the way. I also leave a link to a video of a friend of mine's Gale Level. He made an Elgato key light out of cardboard and a few other lightings as well. So I'll leave a link to that video as well if you want to go check it out. But lighting does not have to be expensive, and it does not have to break the bank when it comes to properly lighting your streams and YouTube videos. So whenever I first started streaming and first started doing YouTube content, the only light I had on the wall was right over here to the right, and that was just a nano leaf that I would set to white to shine light on my face. And of course, it left a dark shadow on this side, no lighting whatsoever. Or I would use overhead lighting, and that would just make everything just look really weird. And the lighting was not very good at all. But as I progressed further into content creation, I learned some of the tips and tricks when it comes to properly lighting a scene and properly lighting my YouTube content and streams as well. Just like an introduction, we all know streams and all know YouTube content where the lighting is extremely dark or extremely bright, so it just completely washes out, the person that you're watching. But we're going to show you today some lighting that you can get that is inexpensive. We all want expensive lighting, those are, big, amazing key lights, but you don't have to spend that kind of money to get really good lighting. There are a lot of tips and tricks you can do to make use of whatever lighting you have around it, whether it's a lamp, whether it's just a small desk light that you have on your desk. There are some things you can do to improve your lighting and make your stream look so much better. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to cut off these two lights that are right here in front of me, and then I'm going to cycle through the lighting that I have in my room, going from ceiling lighting to my nano leaf on the wall again, and then back to key lighting and adjusting the lighting in different positions. That way you can see exactly what the difference is whenever you turn on different lights inside of your room and how the effect is on your face while you're streaming making content. Okay, so first thing, let's turn off these lights. And this is what it looks like in my room with no light, only the light coming off of my monitor. Let me cut on the overhead lights and set them to white like you would typically have in any room in your house. So now we have our 3 light bulbs that are in the ceiling. They are on white. You can see my white behind me. You can see the room behind me very clearly. Everything in the room is highlighted really nicely. But still, me as making this YouTube video, it's still very dark around me. There's no lighting on my face. So you can't really see very good, up against me while I'm talking. But around behind me, the lighting is just, really nice. The room is really clean. You can see everything behind you. So when it comes to lighting background, lighting makes an effect as well. So let's go ahead and turn this overhead light off. Let's go switch to my nano leaf on the wall right here. We're going to change it to white as well, and then let you see what it looks like with the lighting off behind me and just the nano leaf on the wall on. Okay, so now we've got all the ceiling light off, and we currently have the nano leaf over here to my right-hand side turned on. It is set completely white, and it also set to 100% brightness. And if you notice on this side of my face here, that has illuminated this side of my face, but this side over here is still dark because I have no lighting coming from this direction right here. So if I was to turn a little bit, you see it highlights my face just a little bit if I turn my head. But when I turn back, shadow is completely on this side, and then we have some lighting, a little bit of illumination on the right-hand side. So now that we've gone through all my different lightings, effects that you have in the room, let's look on Amazon real quick, and we'll show you some inexpensive lighting that you can set up or buy. Actually, I'll show you what I used when I first got into, kind of understanding what lighting does and how the effect it has on you during stream. But we'll go through some little cheap options, and then we'll go some more expensive options, and then we'll talk about some things that you can use in your house to make a better presence on your stream without actually even having to buy anything to eliminate yourself while you're making YouTube content or streaming. All right, so let's pop over here and look at Amazon for a second. So these are the lightings I actually got whenever I first, realized that my lighting was terrible. And it was like 36 bucks. Came with 2 sets of lights, came with stands for them to stand on, and it came with some different lighting effects as well. You had a clear, you had a red, you had a blue, and you had like a, I guess, neon yellow as well. And I paid like 36 bucks for lighting when I first realized, I needed better lighting and I needed to work on, how things looked in my stream. When I actually got a little bit more serious about, streaming and making YouTube content. So these lights right here, I mean, you got simple click. You can adjust the softness and darkness of the lighting. You can adjust the lighting color as well. And these worked actually really well for quite a long time until I upgraded my lighting once again to the Elgato key lights that I have now. One other thing to take into consideration as well is that when you're doing proper lighting, you don't want that harsh effect on your face so it looks like you're like glowing or whatever at the beginning. So that means the lighting's too bright, or you have the color of the lighting too bright. But what you can do to soften that up, if you don't have Elgato key lights to adjust lighting, or if you don't have lighting like I just showed you, you can use something like parchment paper. And what happens is it diffuses the light off your face, so it puts a little bit of a softer look and a softer glow on your face instead of that harsh light that lights up against your face. And I'll give you an example of it in reality in just 1 second. So let's just say you only had one light that was available to sit on your desk while you're streaming, and the light was like this, and you see I have like this harsh brightness on my face. So one thing you can actually do to adjust the lighting so that it doesn't look so harsh on your face is turn the light around. If it's a focus light, turn it at the wall. That way it bounces off your wall and then onto your face. That way you get a much softer look where it is not so bright and your face doesn't look so shiny. You want it right below the point. So if you look at my nose right now, my nose is just a little bit shiny, but that is because of the reflection off of my skin. So just simply because I'm light skinned, the reflection does a little bit more. But you can adjust lighting as is needed. That way it gives you the proper color perception on your face. So let's start with tip number 1. If you don't have money to buy lighting, or all you have on your desk is a lamp, you don't want it at your face directly, making your skin look washed out. Or what you can do is grab some parchment paper like you would cook cookies on, inside of your stove, and that would diffuse the light around it. That way it does not cause that harsh look of the light upon your face, and you can move it out farther away or closer as you need it. And another good thing about it as well is that parchment paper will not catch on fire like things. For example, if you want to use a cloth or a sheet or something like that, it will require you to remove it a good bit of ways from the light. That way you don't have to worry about the light bulb catching anything on fire. So you always want to be safe whenever doing something like this. So that is just one thing that you can do to help improve your lighting in your room if you don't have a budget to buy some additional lighting like I just showed you from Amazon. In the example of the lighting I just showed you off of Amazon, again, it was $36 for that whole 2-light kit set with stands as well. So it's not going to be like super amazing lighting, to light your streams. And I still ended up getting some parchment paper, putting it on the front of the lights. That way it diffuses the light a little bit better. And it didn't give that so much of a harsh look on my skin whenever I turned the lights on, and whenever I was making YouTube videos or streaming as well. Another thing as well is make your own lighting. If all you have is a lamp, on your desk, or all you can afford, just grab a lamp out of another room, set it on your desk, set some parchment paper on it. If you don't have a budget, if you just want to jump into streaming real quick, and throw some light on your face, that way people can see, who they're looking at while you're streaming or while you're making YouTube content. Grab a light, throw it on your desk, at least some kind of light, just adjust it just enough so that they get a decent view of your face. That way they can see who you are. And then you can worry about the finer things, like, softness and all that. So the main thing is find the light, use it, put it on your desk, and let it focus upon you. That way you'll have the option to be able to see you while you're streaming or making content. Another option is make your own lighting. That video I was talking about by Gail Level, absolutely amazing. I love his DIY content. I'll leave a link to it down below. he actually made a ring light to highlight your face out of cardboard and some little cheap LED lights. And I think it ended up being around like $10 that he made the whole setup for lighting for his face. And instead of going out spending, $100 or $200 on an expensive ring light or an expensive set of key lights. The next thing you can do is actually spend some money on some lighting. That little simple lighting that I showed you right there was, $37 for 2 lights, poles, stands, everything you needed was included with it. So spend a little bit of money, get some decent lighting, and then you can still add parchment paper, diffusion to it. Use a sheet if you want, put it away from the lighting. That way it diffuses the light on your skin and gives you a better overall appearance. Some other lighting effects that you can do to spruce up your stream are something like these Govee lights. I think I paid like $20 for 2 of these bulbs. So I ended up having about 2 packs. I've got a spare in the event that one blows out. And with me, being paralyzed, the ability to be able to control lighting myself is, one of the key factors when it comes to setting up my stream and, YouTube videos and things like that. So this right here connects directly to your Wi-Fi. You can adjust it. I use Google, to be able to adjust my lighting. So I can say, hey, well, if I say it loud now, but hey, Google, set stream to white, it'll change those 3 bulbs up there to white. If I want to change them to any other color, I just say, hey, Google, and it automatically changes those, to whatever color I desire. And again, simple lighting accents in the background, while you're streaming. If you notice on the wall back there, I also have another Govee, bar light. But I'll show you some inexpensive lighting that I grabbed as well when I first got into streaming. That was, it was just inexpensive floodlights, and they work really, really well. So these are some additional lightings that you can use in the background. This is a 4-pack. I don't know why it's showing the 4-pack for my recent purchase, because I only bought 2 lights, and they were the 20-watt version instead of the 40-watt version. 40-watt version is going to be super bright. So if you have like a really small room, it's going to light your room up really, really well. But again, I paid like $29, I think, for, the 2 lighting pack. And what you can do is set one light to one color, another light to another color, and you can bounce it off of a wall behind you. You can bounce it off a wall, in front of you, so it puts kind of like a glow around you. So these lightings are super inexpensive. And again, you can get, more expensive lightings as you go along. I've got some, most of the stuff I have now is Govee as well. But again, Govee gets really expensive if you get some of their higher end products. And we're just looking for some inexpensive products that you can add a little bit of flair to your stream with, by doing some simple lighting. But again, these lights work really well. They come with a remote. I don't think these connect to Wi-Fi. I know the ones that I had didn't. So if you're looking to pick up any of this stuff, I'll leave links down to everything that I've shown you today. Keep in mind that they will be affiliate links, so it helps me out a little bit if you purchase these products from offline. But we'll show you some more lights as well that you can pick up to enhance your stream also. All right, next little lighting thing is something I want you to look at, and that is something like this. This is outdoor lighting or portable lighting. It is battery powered, but you can plug it up and use it as a powered lighting as well. A little bit more advanced. It comes with little barn doors on it. I did a video about it a few months back. But these types of lighting you can use, while you're on the go. So if you're, on the go making, like vlog content or, YouTube videos and things like that on the go, this quick portable lighting is really easily adjustable. All the controls are done on the back. So again, it's like $50 for this one singular light. But you really don't need a whole lot, if you're doing vlogging and things like that. You don't have to carry around like immense lights. These lights are probably about this big, so they're not extremely big. They will mount to the top of your camera, if you have a camera, if you're doing like photo shoots outside and things like that. But again, this will work for some stream lighting if you want to grab something like this. Again, temperature color is adjustable, so you can adjust it so you don't get that really harsh looking color on your face or that harsh looking brightness on your face. This one here has like barn doors on it, so you can like fix focus the lighting a little bit better by adjusting the little barn doors, the little flaps that are on the front of the light. So lighting, when it comes to streaming, when it comes to content creation, is going to be one of your key things, and people are going to notice it whenever you're making content. So then you got this kit right here, which is, Softbox lighting. It comes with a lighting kit, backdrops, backdrop stands, 800-watt equivalent lights, 24-watt LED, umbrella softbox continuous lighting. So this is where you're looking to really make a, you know, kind of professional looking stream or a professional looking content creation station. Me personally, I really don't have room in this room right here to do something like that. But this is gonna make things look really nice. It's gonna give you like a really soft lighting effect on your face, no harshness whatsoever. So you can spend as little as you want on lighting, or you can spend as much as you want on lighting when it comes to making, how your stream looks or how your lighting looks inside of your video. So, final thoughts on lighting. You can spend as much or as little as you want on your streams or YouTube content and still have a really good lighting setup, regardless of what you're using. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. If you want, be sure to tag me on Twitter at HeathSum. That is my Twitter handle. Is a link down in the description below. Let me see what your lighting looks like for your streams and YouTube content. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something from it. But until next time, much love, peace out, and we'll see you soon.